The recruitment efforts never end, especially when you have a player like Josh Hart on your team. And his latest target, his former Villanova teammate and, of course, friend, Mikal Bridges. And in the process of trying to recruit him, he also confirmed what a lot of us already believe. Mikal Bridges is being held hostage by the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to break down these latest reports and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Josh Hart hilariously calls out the Brooklyn Nets for holding Mikal Bridges hostage. As we all know, if you've been watching the NBA Finals, Josh Hart is on the panel as an analyst. He is breaking down game film and he's talking to different NBA players. And I gotta say, he's doing a pretty good job. And a lot of his current teammates and former teammates are taking notice of that, and they're giving him praise on social media. But Mikal Bridges went a step further, and it led to the following hilarious exchange on Instagram. The post was Josh Hart stating, "I might quit my day job," posting an image of himself as an analyst for ESPN/ABC. And then in the comments, Mikal Bridges asks him the following question: "Come to the Nets?" Josh Hart then responds with this hilarious answer: "Are you okay? If they have you hostage, just blink and we'll save you." The funny part about that exchange is that I called him a hostage in a video I did about Mikal Bridges a couple of days ago because I felt he was a hostage because the Brooklyn Nets are not letting him go. They want to build around Mikal Bridges. They want to try to add another star to Mikal Bridges and that Nets team. And I have no idea why. They are directionless. It does not make sense to build around Mikal Bridges. And clearly, he does not want to be there. He wants to be in New York, but he wants to be part of the Knicks with his boys, Dante, Jalen Brunson, and of course, Josh Hart. The reason that Josh Hart trolls Mikal and Mikal trolls Josh is because they're friends. I would like to say they're best friends. They do a lot together. They probably have a lot of group chats together. They probably go to a lot of places together. And of course, if all of that's happening, they're going to talk to each other. They're going to troll each other. And I'm sure at some point in time, the topic has come up about why doesn't Mikal request a trade from Brooklyn to the New York Knicks? Because I'm sure the Knicks, just like all of the fans in New York, or at least most of the fans in New York, want Mikal on this team. It's for a multitude of reasons. Chemistry is one of them. That bond is another. But more importantly, it's fit. He's a star. Check. He fits. Check. He doesn't take away from the offense of Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. Check. He can score when you need him to, and he'll become an even better defender. An even better defender under Tom Thibodeau. There are just so many reasons why the Knicks need to target him and try to go after him. But the only reason that they can't get that deal done is one man. And his name is Sean Marks. He's the GM of the Brooklyn Nets. And he is running that franchise into the ground. Now, I don't really care if he's doing that. But at the same time, make logical trades. I know you don't like the Knicks. I get it. I know we don't do business that often. I understand it. But guess what? You got a player that we want. You got a player that really wants to be on the Knicks, wants to play with his boys. If all that's true, then why are you holding this man hostage? Why don't you just let him go, trade him to the Knicks? And it's not like it's going to be for free. We're going to give you a fair, hear that again, fair package for Mikal Bridges. That way, you can start your rebuild again. We get the player that we need that fits this roster, and he obviously wants to be here as well, too. So everybody wins in this circumstance. Maybe Brooklyn takes a little bit more of a hit, but you know what? I don't really care about Brooklyn in this circumstance. And if nobody else is on the table, if nobody else is willing to trade with Brooklyn or give them a better offer than the Knicks, then I think it's up to Sean Marks to take the best offer on the table. And if that's New York's offer, then that's New York's offer. The only thing that you got to hope here, if you're the Knicks, is that the Rockets do not get involved, because that team scares me for the Mikal Bridges sweepstakes. because that's the only team that poses a threat. They can give Brooklyn back their entire future. And if you heard Joe Tsai, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, he basically stated he doesn't want to win now. He wants to build a contender for the future. If that's the case, then that means you're looking for draft picks. That means you're looking for young players, young stars. The only way you get that right now if you're Brooklyn is making trades, not trying to build around Mikal, not trying to get another star in here to pair with Mikal, because that doesn't make sense. That goes against what the owner wants you to do. Sean Marks doesn't know anything. Worst GM in the league, and it's not even close anymore. Name a GM in the comments right now that's worse than Sean Marks. I bet you're going to have to Google it, have to look at some numbers, some stats, and then have to think, well, maybe if you look at all of these things, he's not the worst. If you have to do all that to make a case, then you're making my case for me. He is one of the worst GMs in the league, and he's going to burn that franchise to the ground. And I don't care if he does that, but in the process, he's going to hurt an all-star that he has on that team in Mikal Bridges. And Bridges doesn't deserve that. He deserves to go to a team that can utilize him right now. And a team that can utilize Bridges should be one or two pieces away from a championship. Let me think about this. Are the Rockets that team? Nope. Let's see. Is Detroit that team? Nope, not Detroit. Are the Knicks that team? Ding, ding, ding. You win. That's the team. The Knicks and Mikal Bridges is a match made in heaven right now. He fits everything that we need, everything that we're looking to run. And of course, he has the chemistry already with some of our core pieces on the team. Jalen Brunson, our superstar point guard. Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, all of these guys. Not to mention, he's Iron Man. And we need a player that is always available and that can switch whenever you need him to. He has the length and the size to be the 2 or to be the 3 for the New York Knicks. And that's important, especially when your 3 is likely going to be OG Anunoby. And if OG goes down with an injury, Mikal can go right into the lineup at the 3. You can move Dante from the bench to the 2. Boom. You have it working all over again. I'm not saying that happens, but if it does, that's the move you can make if you're Tom Thibodeau. And honestly, having options in this league is important. It's what separates great teams from contending teams. Right now, when healthy, the Knicks potentially could get all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. But is that the goal? Or is the goal all the way to the NBA Finals? Because if it's the NBA Finals, the Knicks need to add the right star, because only the right star gets you all the way to that dance. And in my opinion, Mikal Bridges is that star. We already have 2 all-stars on our team, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. They're going to command the ball, and they need the ball in their hands to be impactful. Mikal Bridges, he doesn't need the ball in his hand to have an impact. And when he does have the ball in his hands, he's not a liability. That's exactly what you need on this team. And he can score when you need him to. He's a pretty good three-point shooter as well, even though last year I know he didn't shoot the ball extremely well. But you know what? I think that's an outlier. If you look at everything else he's done throughout his entire career, his Iron Man status, the fact that he doesn't miss games, his high-level defense, the fact that he can shoot it very well. And even though he's not built to be a number 1, he is extremely well-suited to be a number 3 or 4 on a championship team. He comes to the Knicks, that's what we're going to be, and that's exactly what his role is going to be. And Mikal Bridges, if he's your 3rd or 4th best player on your team, and you have Mikal and OG on the same starting lineup, what do you do as an opposing NBA team against that? Because let's say you can miraculously get past OG and, of course, Mikal Bridges. Then you have to deal with Hart in the paint. What are you going to do? I have an answer for that. Nothing. You're likely going to watch as you get blocked. They run up the court, the Knicks that is, and they get an easy basket, because that's the team we're looking to have next season. The right moves get us there, and obviously being fully healthy gets us there too. I think the Knicks will have all of that moving forward, especially if they add the right pieces to their bench and they utilize them during the regular season and the postseason. That is absolutely going to be key moving forward. But what about you guys? What do you think about Josh Hart's latest recruitment efforts and him trolling Mikal Bridges and basically calling him a hostage? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.